Hello all, this is Dswank. I am back in Space Engineers, and as you can see, the shipyard is done. I even have a pressurized internal area here. I can take my helmet off and walk around. I've also got a respawn point, and I may pull this and put a cargo container here so I have an easy access of materials. I'm not exactly finished either. Let me close that. Because, well, this whole area is ideally going to be pressurized when I'm done with it. I'll need to label all these air vents up here as the depressure vents, and that whole area is set up for storing air. I'll need to put a pressure lock in here so we can seal that. I need to put some buttons in here so I can close this and set that up correctly. So yeah. But what I'm going to be doing today is figuring out how to build a cap on this that will let this thing be sealed. And that's going to be a slight problem, I have a feeling. I've got two different ways in my mind that I could do this. One is sliding doors. And that is possibly the easiest route I could go. I could do sliding doors on pistons. Do some blocks to seal it off, but I think that would ruin the look of the station overall. What I was thinking about, however, is some hinged doors, or something of that nature. And I have two ways of doing this, and I'm not sure which one I want to go with. But the two potentials is one big door and having it hinged off of the top. It doesn't really matter because space, and have it basically swing out. Now the difficulty with that is going to be that it's going to have 4 rotors on it. Well, no matter what I do, it's going to have 2 to 4 rotors on it per door. My other option is doing a rotor system door system that cuts this in half. Now the biggest problem is that I have a defined midpoint, meaning the doors are not going to be matched if I split them in any way. So, that is going to be the issue. So what I'm thinking is basically a trial here. Urge merge block. Alright. So what I was thinking, and I'm just roughing this out, I'll make it look prettier once I get a little more figured out here. So we have that. So let me grab armor blocks. What I was thinking And I don't know how this is going to fully flesh out yet. So I have this. Now, let's see. Hangar doors go up one. So you have the placement, and then you have the 2 blocks. So, do not make it look horrible. What I probably am going to have to do is... Okay. What I'm probably going to have to do, now that I look at this, is the hardest work is going to be figuring out how to seal it here. The rest of it's going to be easy. Because what I'm going to do is, let's see. So, if we come out 2 here, that's over the top. And, let's see. 1, 2, 3, so yeah. Come along here. A airtight hangar door. If I just put you there, it goes all the way up. So, I'll have to figure out how to get this sealed the way I'd like. And honestly, it makes sense for that one. Because this one's flat. There. So if that's the case, I kind of just need that. And honestly, this might work the best. Pull you. Let's put another block, 2 blocks here. And that. And then got that, and a airtight hangar door there. So at this point, I pretty much need to figure out how to seal here. How do I seal off this area? And that's somewhat of a challenge. Because, well, I mean, this is the easiest route right there. And like I said, this is just kind of fleshing it out at this point. I do kind of like that. Yeah, I can do that. Where are you? Light armor blocks. Do that. And that. And I could put, like, an antenna here or something. I don't know. Oh no, out of oxygen. Ah! But yeah, that's kind of my. This is going to go a lot faster than I was expecting. If building the door here, if this works. However, there is a slight issue here. Two. Because that's not sealed there. I did that. And that. Yeah, I basically do a long run of these. It goes all the way to the end. This has actually turned out easier figuring out how to seal it than I expected. That means I get to spend most of the episode figuring out how to attach the handles, the mechanism that lifts it. So, 2. There's that. Actually, I think I'm gonna have to... The bottom's gonna not match the top. Because that may not have actually been center. Because... yeah. Right. Now this actually should have to go all the way, I think. That should actually have to close all the way. To Alright, I'll just go through real quick and extend this by 2 squares. Alright, so I actually have the door and the door frame constructed. I do not believe they are attached at this corner. I believe those are 2 separate things. So I hope this works. So what I need to do now is line up for where I'm going to mount the rotors, which are going to come off of those 2 sprues up top. I kind of like the idea of extending them the design of the sprues a little more, but for now I'm just going to leave it. And it's going to take a while because, yeah, I am mass-producing steel plates because I've run out of them. 3, assembler 4, let's get some more going over here, and 5. There we go. So, I've got steel plates being made so I can get what I've thrown together finished. Okay, motors. I'm short motors too. Okay. I'm gonna need motors. So, let's nix you. And let's build 10,000 motors. We might get more of this done this way. So, back to building this. Alright. This one's gonna come out. And put that there. Now I think, because I've tried this before and I think I figured out what my problem was previously. And this one's going to be a lot less complex than my previous one. Because, I mean, I've already built the door. My previous attempt, I started with attempting to build the hinges first. And I got hung up on that. So, yeah. Alright, actually, this one needs to come down. Because that's where the rotor will go. Let's see. Do that. That. And just for stylistic changes, do that. That. And that. If I put a advanced rotor, I just need a normal rotor. But normal rotors are what I put over here for all of these. So for ease of differentiating them, I'm going to use advanced rotors. Because this should be the last time I actually am going to need them. At least with building the station. Also, it gives me a way to interact with them. I can interact with this one directly by going in here. Which is helpful for what I'm doing. I'm going to have to offset everything on these. I know that much. I kind of want... Where's a tire? Is a wheel? Wheel. Alright. That. Alright, and I need to build this up. So, 2. There's that. That. And there's that. Alright. I think this is going to work. I can't guarantee it, but I think this is going to work. Gonna put you there. Alright, what am I short for this? Large steel tubes? Production. Similar to 4. What's next to those? Large steel tubes. Let's build 5,000. Okay, 6,000 of those. Alright. Oh, if I do use this. Oh, I did not want that. Part of me wants to do these. Can I attach things to the side here? No. That sucks. How do I do this? How do I do this the way I want? I guess I'll just end up leaving merge blocks in the middle of it. But I kind of want that. Alright, so this top one actually needs to be removed. So 3. If I do you like that, and you. See, I figured this was going to happen. Okay. Then use this to 0, which means those should merge. Voila. So while it's not what I had hoped, it works. And I don't think it looks as good. Now, I wish these, I could do that, and they'd be 1. But I'm pretty sure they're not. So... Alright. So over here, rotor displacement, max it out. I mean, this is the easy way. Now, I should have done it from the beginning, but yeah. Okay, rotor displacement. Alright. Should be 0. And they're merged. Okay. Now let me repair that, and this. Move the shuttle. Shuttle's here now, basically, in case things go wrong for me. And it's not pretty. I will be the first to admit that this is fairly terrifying when you look at it. Okay, so, next step. I'm going to turn these off. Build and repair for now is going to be off. I don't think I'm going to be attacked. So, let me turn you off. Turn you off. Well, shit. That just happened. Okay. Part of me, instead of what I kind of want to push, I'm going to push these out as well. There's that. And I'm going to move the shuttle. I think I'm going to do that. That, or I dock the shuttle to it, like right here with the foot. That way I can explore the damage actually done to the door and try and figure out what caused it. But positive thing that I have learned from all this is the door does detach. Now I've pushed both these out, right? Yeah. Okay, loading again. You know what's gonna save one time during. I'm gonna save it here pre-explosion because I think this is all before. This is after I fixed everything, but before everything's gone derp. So yeah. Alright, I guess my next thing is going to be... I've got an idea. I'm gonna have to change the sides of this, however, to do it. Alright. Escape. Save as. Explosion. Before explosion. Alright. This is before explosion. So I'm gonna actually exit. Go ahead, save here. And then load up. So I have a baseline of a place that I can go back to. Load this one up. Alright, so back, yay. Alright, let's... Shuttle's like, I don't want to do this again. I don't want to be blown up. That hurts. Okay. Hit this. Give me some oxygen. And we'll be taking a look at this monstrosity. Now, one option that I could do seals up there. I mean, it would remove most of this here, but what I want to figure out right now is if the door explodes off of this, if I remove that line. And we'll see. You're off. And... okay, one. Rotor lock, sure. I probably should have done this beforehand. That. Rotor lock. Alright. There's that. I should have turned all these on beforehand, but that. Okay. So it's slow, but it's closing. And that's all I want. I want the door to close. That is cool looking, though. Oh, here. MER, merge block. These two. This should be door, shipyard door merge. Shipyard door, and this should be yard door merge. Okay, grab those. Yard door merge block. Save. Okay. Groups. Shipyard door. Merge block. Alright. We'll see how well this goes. And then for seal, open, close. This looks like it's gonna work. All I'll have to do is figure out how to seal against that, and that's going to be easy because I'll just pull back and have hangar doors extend up against this. Okay, so it's this. That is going to prevent... Okay, so I'll have to figure something out. With those. But that shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so the door is closed. But while I ponder this, I mean, the door's done. The door itself is not changing. The door is the hardest part, honestly. Getting it to work now is just fine-tuning the seal on the door. So, I'm going to end this here. Hopefully, when we come back, I'll have this actually fixed. And I'll have some sort of solution to the problem here. Now, another option is to expand the structure out to the side and have doors that come in from outside and seal up against this door, which is probably the easiest one and what I'm probably going to go for because, like I said, it's easier. So, but yes, I'm going to try and work out the finagling of this system, and yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. So, until then, bye-bye.